All right, good morning and welcome back. I'm excited today because I get to do something on the sweet side. I have a big sweet tooth, and today I'm gonna be doing some unbelievable chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. We all grew up on the Toll House, and then right around high school age, Mrs. Fields cookies came out, and she had a milk chocolate without nuts cookie that was to die for. So I loved that one until a good friend of our family's, her name was Beth, introduced me to this recipe, and it is as good or better than that. So let's get started. I've got 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Remember, I aerated the flour to make a nice mix. In here, I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. I'll put that in here. And secret ingredient, 1 small box of Jell-O instant chocolate pudding. You can use any flavor you want, but I like them chocolate. So I'm gonna pour this in, whole box, into the flour mixture. Put that all. And then I'm just gonna kind of incorporate it all. You can see how fluffy that flour is, that's good. That'll incorporate well into my sugar and egg mixture, which I'm going to start here. So this is pretty well incorporated. We'll add this to the wet ingredients here in a little bit. All right, for the wet ingredients, we're going to go 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of packed sugar, brown sugar. I kind of fluffed it up there a little bit to incorporate it. I have 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla, and I've got 2 eggs. Here's the other little twist. Beth always said they come out better with melted butter. So I've melted this. It's cooled down, so it's not gonna overcook the eggs. I'm just gonna add these to it here. In fact, I'll start it, get it incorporating. Add this butter. All mixed in here. There we go. I'm gonna let that mix. And I'm gonna start adding this flour Jell-O instant pudding mixture in a little bit at a time. I'll turn it down so we don't get flour everywhere. But I don't dump it all in at once. I like to incorporate. And after I get a few scoops in, I'll probably scrape down the sides. There we go. Looking good. Starting to firm up a little bit. We don't want the cookie dough wet or loose. We want to make sure we get a nice texture there. See if I can do this part without spilling. Always a challenge, but hey, we get a little messy when we bake. Handy dandy spatula, you heard that kick into a little higher gear. I just like to push down here, get that all incorporated. Take a few minutes. Make sure, I usually will stop it and kind of, let's go ahead and do that. Scoop it, it's looking pretty good right now. Look at that. Still kind of that Jell-O, turned it that dark brown chocolate color, which is looking good, real good. Incorporate some more of this flour in. And perfect. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna add in 2 cups milk chocolate morsels. These are Nestle milk chocolate. Any milk chocolate would do. If you really like semi-sweet, go for it, or white chocolate, you can do whatever you want, but these really just give that extra chocolate flavor. So go back in here, gently fold them in. And after those are all incorporated, we're gonna get the pan set up and ready to show you how we scoop them and get them in the oven. All right, we are ready to put the cookies on the tray. I've got the temperature, the oven set at 375 degrees. These will take about 10 to 13 minutes depending on your oven. Look at this right here. I like my cookies a little bigger. So that's a good rounded teaspoon. Ooh, look at that. That's gonna be so good. Just plop them in here first. Don't lose a chip, those are important. I'll finish plating these all up and get them in there. 10 to 13 minutes or until you like the consistency of it. Be right back. All right. As I said, I like my cookies a little larger, so I only put 9 on the pan to give them a little room to go, and I just kind of poke them down a little too. Not too hard. I don't want them to stick to the bottom, but just give it a little bit of direction on where to go. So let's get those in the oven. I'm gonna set my timer to about 11 minutes just to make sure we're good. And we'll see how they turn out. All right, 13 minutes later, we're ready to go. Let's take a look at these. Woo, you should smell those. Check that out. Oh my, they came out wonderful. I'm gonna set them over here, let them cool. We got our official helper, Logan.
Hi.
Over here, we're gonna get them scooped out. Give these a couple minutes to cool. If I try to scoop them right now, they'll fall apart and crumble. So we got some parchment here. I've just put another set in for 13 minutes. These are gonna make probably 24 to 30 cookies large. If you want them smaller, you can make probably 4 dozen if you wanna get them small. So anyhow, we'll show you at the very end and then us eating one. All right, the moment of truth. Real quick, the other thing, this Jell-O instant pudding that's in here really makes these stay fresh a few days longer. Sometimes cookies the next day or two will start to get stale. The extra little texture in there will keep these for a few days. So, you ready to try them? Let's go.
Good. Very, very good.
Look at that. Kind of like a fudge brownie. All we're missing is some ice cold milk.
Yeah.
Those are